Yo, YouTube, what's going on? You already know who it is, Mr. No Introduction Needed. And in today's pro guide, we're covering the homie Talon. Yes, the homie Talon. And I promise you, Talon is a beast when in the right hands. He most definitely is. So if you end up enjoying this video, as always, I appreciate the like. Comment down below if you do end up enjoying this video. You know, let me know what you guys learned, what you guys didn't learn. I'm always open to feedback. Always open to that. And if you do enjoy it, hit that sub button. I love you so much if you did so. Even if you don't, I still love you. So, Talon. Very similar to Dallas, Talon is a recon specialist. Okay, he's a recon specialist, but he can be played in a different manner. Now, if you guys have not checked out my Dallas Pro Guide, go check it out after this video. I talked heavily about how Dallas should only be used more so in close mid-range or mostly mid-range or even in the mid-long range, because Dallas is HRM, it's an HRM, but it's basically an AK-47, has a slow fire rate, and he primarily should just be used to peek corners and clean up people and things of that nature. Talon is a little bit different. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So just kind of covering Talon's tactical ability. He has this ability where if I go ahead and I get my tactical out, he has his dart, right? And I can throw this dart anywhere. I can throw it on the floor. I can throw it on the walls. It doesn't matter. And if you look up in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see something pulsating. That's letting me know all the enemies in proximity of that tactical dart. Is it called a tactical dart? I think that's what it's called. That's what it's going to be called during this video, at least. Okay, now you don't see Ronin in there because Ronin's ability is, you know, being off the mini-map. So whatever. So we do see Lancer in it, right? This will always give the enemy combatant's location as long as they do not have a perk that allows them to not be visible. Okay, and when you recharge this ability, I could have 3 darts in this room right here, just ping 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 ping, ping any enemies, let me know whenever an enemy passes by, you name it. And that's incredibly clutch. And like, let's say I want to reposition this dart, his passive ability is ziplining. No, his passive ability gives me the opportunity to reclaim my radar dart, my tactical dart. All I have to do is hold down X and I get it right back, and now I can throw it somewhere else. So that's pretty clutch. That can be very useful if you mistakenly threw it, or you and your teammates are going to rotate elsewhere and you want to get some more recon information. Let's say we want to go over here. I can go ahead, I can throw it over here. Oh wait, we want to keep moving. I can go ahead and take that back, and then I can throw it over there. You see what I'm saying? It's incredibly useful in that regard. Now, one thing I forgot to mention about Talon, I'm throwing this in the video somewhere randomly, I have no idea, but one thing I forgot to mention about Talon is his passive ability, which is called magnetic gloves, something of that nature, where you see the gloves on his hand. He can actually pick up items and weapons from afar. So like, let's say for example there was a grenade over there, right? I'll use this for an example, his tactical dart. You can hold down square or circle or whatever button is bound to on your keyboard to retrieve that dart or retrieve that grenade or retrieve that gun. So if you're doing a quick weapon swap, let's say I ran out of ammo with my pistol right here and I wanted to do a quick weapon swap, all I have to do is hold down square or hold down X if I'm playing on Xbox, or my keybind on my keyboard, and I can go ahead and pull up a gun off the ground and be ready to clap cheeks again. Like, yo, that's mad clutch, and that is another reason why Talon should be played a little bit more aggressive versus somebody like a Dallas, you know? And the reason why I say Talon plays different than Dallas is because of his weaponry, okay? So talking about Talon's weapons, okay? So of course he defaults with this sidearm right here. It's a nice little silenced pistol that can be very useful for finishing people off, but it is not something that you should go round and round trying to rock out like you could Dallas's revolver. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's go ahead and let's either rock out with the LMP-X, which is an SMG, ooh, or we can go ahead and rock out with this DMR right here. Okay, now we're rocking out with the LMP 9 times out of 10. Why? Because we want to work close to mid-range with Talon. Okay, I want you guys to come over here, get recon info, see Ronin right here, and be able to melt Ronin. Be able to melt Ronin. That's how Talon should be played. Okay, Talon is played as a little bit more aggressive of a recon specialist. Talon can actually get more so on people's face. Why? Because of this SMG that has a very small time to kill. Now this SMG, let's see what it looks like at 20 meters.
You make
It's not bad at 20 meters, but you start to notice the damage fall off at 30 meters. Wow, I did not hit some of those shots. Holy crap. So at 30 and 40 meters, you start to notice not just damage fall off, but you start to notice bloom. A lot of bloom. So this obviously is not the weapon to go when you want to try to fight medium to long range with Talon. Again, you want to rock out with this LMP when you're close to mid-range, and in my opinion, this is the way you should go when you rock out with Talon. You should be definitely playing close to medium range or close to mid-range, whatever you want to call it. That's how you should be rocking out. Not just because of his LMP, but also because of his gadget. He has a C4. Okay, he has a C4. I can go ahead. I see this Ronin on my map. This Ronin getting on my nerves. I go ahead and C4 her, and I take care of her, right? C4 has a very short range when it comes to throwing it. So you trying to play medium to long range and still get that gadget activity in, it's just not going to happen. Realistically, it's not going to happen. Now, let's say you do on the flip side. Let's say overall you want to rock Talon and you just play better medium to long range. That's just what you do. Then I think you want to get the D3DI. That's what you want to rock out with. This is not my favorite DMR by any means. It can be incredibly annoying to try to line up precision shots for that reason you just seen right there. This thing has such a big kickback that if you're playing controller and there's somebody moving around, it can be very annoying to try to line up those crits. It can be. Now, I know I made that look easy peasy, you know what I'm saying? But it's not that easy, I promise you. Now, we're talking perks for the D3D. You can increase the mag size, increase hip fire accuracy, and reduce reticle bloom, and then suppress firing, reduce recoil. So that stuff does help, but just overall, I just know that medium to long range, like, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, all in all, in playing Rogue Company, you should never be trying to take long range gunfights. Never. Everything should be in that close to medium range. It should always be there, right? So why would you rock a D3D? Now, again, I know rank comes out, you're playing sweaty, you want to hold a point, whatever, okay. I see where this has its feasibility. But 9 times out of 10, you're rocking an LMP, and you're running in people's face, you're getting information. I'm figuring out what this dude is, and I'm coming here, and I'm clapping him. And that's just the reality of the situation. And in all honesty, I believe that's how Talon's supposed to be played. If you want to play a lot slower, if you want to play the medium to long range, you might want to rock Dallas. But on the flip side, if you want to play a little bit more aggro but still want the recon ability, then Talon is your go-to. Now, I did forget to mention perks that you should prioritize. When it comes to Talon, I would probably say the perk to prioritize padded steps. Very similar to Dallas, because again, you want to get that recon info in, and you don't want to give away your position. It's very easy to throw a dart by an enemy, and the enemy doesn't even see it. I've had darts that lasted the entire round in strikeout. And I've had games in demolition where I've not had one dart destroyed at all because enemies just don't see it. So why would I want to give away my position and getting the recon information? No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that at all. And then everything else from there is, what's the word? Preferable. Couldn't think of the word. Everything from that point on is preferable. Now, I do like life drain. Any rogue agent that rocks life drain, I always say get it because it is so vital. When you get that knock, I would prioritize it versus upgrading your weapon. I would rather you stay with the downgraded LMP or D3D and get the life drain perk because, again, every knock you get health back, and it's a significant amount, and it is very, very useful when you're in 1v2s or 1v3s. Trust me, I know. So mandate the padded steps, and then from there kind of have fun and rock out with whatever you deem necessary. And when it comes to gadgets, honestly, as crazy as this may seem, not even really crazy, but I would prefer the flashbang. Flashbangs are getting a nice little buff where they're creating, where they're increasing the area of effect. So these things will be a lot more viable long term. So again, you're playing close to mid range. You go ahead and you throw that dart on the wall. You see where the enemies are. You drop a bang. They can't see nothing. You clean them up with the LMP, and that's GG's. That's easy money. I mean, come on now. That's easy money. So I would advise going that route. 1000%. And I will probably say the most important thing in regards to rocking out with Talon is making the decision of how you want to play with Talon before you even queue into the game. Now, I know that that doesn't really seem like much, but seriously, think about it. Because Talon can be played in 2 different ways because he has the SMG and he has the DMR. So when you queue into a game, no off rip. If you got a Phantom on your team, why even waste your time trying to play the medium to long range game? Like, you're just going to waste your time. You're going to waste your time and you're not going to be a pillar for your team. You don't want to play like that. If you see a Phantom on your team, you better play that close to mid-range. You better get the SMG. You better get life drain. You better throw that freaking radar dart. You better figure out where they at. You better clap cheeks. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The only time I would say it will be okay to play the medium game or the medium to long range game is if you don't have anybody. If you got a team full of fraggers, if you have a Lancer, a Scorch, and an Anvil on your team, then you rocking Talon, you might want to play support. You might want to stay back and play that medium game, and in some cases that long game, get to D3D, throw some darts up everywhere on the map, and figure out where people are, because you need to play that role. So I guess more so when you play Talon is knowing your role before you queue into the game. I like that. Let's go with that. Know your role. Know your role, because Talon can do both, which is amazing. Is Talon better than Dallas? I guess you guys might have to wait and see until I go ahead and I rank all the rogue agents. So, haha. Wait until that video drops. You guys will love it. But outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Talon Pro Guide. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning into the Pro Guide, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Until then, we out. Peace.